How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. So where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Canada. Why did you come to Japan?
I've always wanted to come to Japan since I was like 4.
Oh.
Now I'm here. Took a little while though.
Okay.
I'm not 4 anymore.
All right. What about you?
I had vacation off, so I invited him out, and it coordinated well. I was planning on coming solo, just for experience,
Right.
you know.
Sorry to ruin it for you then, if it's not solo.
No. I think it's nice to go places and travel and make memories with friends, more so than just by yourself. So that's why I kind of dropped everything, because I was actually planning to go on a ski trip before he told me that he got the time off.
Ski trip.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll say one big hack going with another person is you can order twice as much food and split it, so you get to try more. That's a big hack.
You're smart.
Well, once in a while.
And you want to say, oh, can I have some of that?
That's right. I'm like, dude, come on.
How was your first impression of Japan?
I really like it. Very clean. Everyone's very polite. There's a lot of people. It's definitely a big city and here in Tokyo. So I really like it.
Okay, what about you, sir?
I also think that there's like a general sense of respect that people have over here, and I enjoy that kind of vibe. The train system is a little confusing at times, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
I'm gonna ask you some question about life and work or like a romance and stuff.
I'm starting to sweat.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. If you don't want to answer it, just say no. It's okay.
Say pass.
Yeah, just say pass. Yeah.
Swipe left.
Are you on Tinder?
No comment. No comment.
Okay. What's your type?
Smart girls
Smart girls.
and sporty. Smart and sporty. If you can mix those two things together.
Like what kind of smart? Like there's street smart, book smart, you know?
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah, I mean, someone who has had some life experience. Yeah.
How old are you?
Can you guess?
24?
32.
32?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Oh, you speak Japanese?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right. What is your favorite Japanese word?
Favorite Japanese word. Moshi moshi.
Moshi moshi?
Hi.
Why?
I don't know. It's a funny word.
You just make phone call, you know?
Yeah. Moshi moshi.
Have you ever answered it when you pick up a phone from your friend?
Of course.
All right. What's the color of the sunflower? Yellow.
I was not expecting that.
What about you?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I don't know a lot of words like him.
Get the basic one.
He likes
Alright.
sugoi.
Sugoi. Oh, why?
We got called Sugoi yesterday.
Oh.
I think it was just him.
Wait, what happened? Why you got called sugoi?
We offered to take a photo for someone else, and then they took a photo for us. And during that, they said Sugoi, and he knew that. So,
All right.
I was like, hey buddy, they think you're cute. So
well, they kind of whispered it, but he heard.
Maybe he's a playboy, huh?
no.
No.
He's not a playboy. He's a
Alright.
good guy. But everywhere we walk, I don't know if he's noticed. Everyone looks.
Oh, everyone checking him out.
Yes.
All right. I mean, he's tall and he got nice beard and everything.
And
Yeah.
he's very strong.
Yeah, woman wants a strong man. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Yeah. All right. What did you do in Japan?
So far, we've done some of the tourist things. Like we've gone to a lot of restaurants. We've tried a lot of the food. We've walked around the streets. But we also went out of town, rented some bikes. We went along the coast, kind of like the beach towns. And that was so far my favorite, actually.
Right,
Taking the
right,
bicycles, kind of going through the smaller side streets.
Kamakura. Yeah, we went down to Kamakura, rented some e-bikes, and did about 40 kilometers all over that area.
Wait, 40 kilometers?
Yeah, we had an electric bike, man.
Wait, but you two are like over 30, right?
Yeah.
How do you keep up your agility? Like, even you're more over 30.
I exercise quite a bit, so that helps.
You do workout too?
Yeah, I go to the gym a lot. So I grew up playing sports, and then that kind of just carried over into one of my main hobbies. And then I go to the gym at least 4 times a week. The other times I'm working 12-hour shifts. So
What's the better thing that Canada has, but Japan doesn't have?
I'm gonna need a second to think.
All right. Let that sink in.
I'd say where we could at least compete with would be the scenery, like especially in British Columbia where we're from, the mountains. It's really easy to get in some nice hikes anywhere around there. All around Canada, there is a ton of different types of scenery. And so like the West Coast is a lot different than the East Coast, and the middle is also different, but it's also very pretty in its own way, right? So I'd say there we might have a competitive edge, but my next trip I come here, I want to do, like we were thinking about a camper van and traveling around Japan. And so then I'd be able to actually know if it does compete or not.
I heard that everyone in Canada is so nice to each other. Is that true?
Here's my take, and this is just from the west coast of Canada. I'm like prefacing everything here. I do not speak on behalf of all Canadians. I would say people are very polite up front. So if you need help finding somewhere or if you bump into someone, but the kindness beyond that, as far as making new friends or like getting into a larger community, as far as the west coast of Canada, can be a little bit harder for people who visit. But yes, if you're on the street and you need help, people will help you for sure.
It's kind of like a Japan.
I was born there, born in Vancouver, so I've always had a community already, but this is what I've heard from people who have moved to the city.
What's the problem in Canada?
What's the problem with immigration? Or
I mean anything. Like a social problem, I would say. Like, people have some, complaints and stuff.
I would say a big problem we have is people struggle with drugs a lot, drug addiction, at least in our city. And it's a very complex and nuanced problem, but I would say that is not what people expect.
Is there anything that you felt uncomfortable in Japan so far?
No, I'm a fairly confident person anyways, so I haven't felt uncomfortable. In fact, I've felt very safe. I'm happy we rented bikes. Like, I didn't need to lock it up. I left my bag in the basket, and there's tons of people around. I feel very safe. I'm not recommending that other people do that necessarily, but I feel safe here.
What about you?
I wouldn't say I felt like really uncomfortable with anything other than I want to kind of respect the norms of the culture here, and sometimes we just don't know. And so we like tentatively kind of do things. Like I heard it was kind of taboo or disrespectful to eat and walk around. And so like I eat literally where I get the stuff and then nothing else.
Right.
So I don't know.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Is there anything that you find that kind of weird or strange to you in Japanese culture?
Okay, I'll tell you, and how about an observation that I find interesting? I think it's very interesting and cool. There's this dichotomy or extremes between, for example, being on a subway and being very quiet and everyone, if you want to communicate, you whisper. And then on the other extreme, you have Japanese game shows, you have karaoke, you have drinking culture. So it's like two extremes where it's like very quiet, very respectful, and then at the same time, in a different circumstance, very funny, very goofy, very expressive. I find that very fascinating that they're very polar opposites. Japanese game shows, it's like, how are these the same people that are sitting quietly whispering on a subway, and now they're doing the silliest things on the game show?
Okay. Where should we go if we go to Canada?
I think you should go to British Columbia if you want to see beautiful scenery, nice trees. If you enjoy hiking and camping, if you like skiing, we have a fantastic ski resort. We also have local mountains that are also very nice.
Right between British Columbia and Alberta, there's the main mountain range as well. So I would say Western Canada would be really nice, but I've been to the east side. It's also very nice, and depends how long of a trip you're going for.
If you describe your country in one adjective, what would you say?
Diverse. People come from everywhere. I'll give you an example. I was watching the Olympics and all the countries they come out. Most countries, you can tell, like if they didn't have a flag, you'd be like, oh, I think I can guess what country that is. When Canada came out, it just looks like it's the world. Very diverse people.
Toronto, it has everyone there, like all around the world. I lived over there for 2 years, and so we are very diverse, I would say, and cultured.
Can you give me an example, like how immigrants affect your life? Because in Japan, we kind of have a problem with immigrants that don't follow the Japanese rule.
I mean, as I mentioned before, Canada is very diverse. I'm Canadian, but my ancestors are from Europe, Greece, Hungary. So what does that mean? I am in a way, if you look at it, my family in a way, we are immigrants. So from my perspective, it just enriches our culture, provides more opportunities to learn about other ways of life. The food, you get more variety, zero complaints on more types of food. I think it's always tricky moving to another country, trying to find work in your field of study. For example, say you're a doctor, maybe the standards and the methods of performing medicine are very different in Canada. So while you might be very trained, I'm not sure what the requirements would be, but that's got to be tough if you have to learn everything in a new way.
That's new. I mean, new for me,
Can you imagine, for example, me trying to work in a very corporate job here without necessarily being able to speak and write in perfect Japanese, right? that would be very hard,
Right,
wouldn't it?
Is there any Canadian joke?
Probably something with a beaver or a moose
Beaver? Oh.
or maple
Or
syrup.
sorry.
Sorry. We do say sorry a lot. That's probably the main one.
And we say it funny. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, sorry.
Americans mock us a lot for our sorry. It's a huge mix. I don't know.
There's similarity in Japan and Canadian because like we always say sorry even we are not doing anything wrong, you know?
That's true. That is
yeah.
That's we're the same. Here's the joke. You walk into a bar and someone bumps into you
Right.
and they say sorry.
Sorry.
They'd be like, why you bumped into me?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
why am I saying sorry?
True, true.
I'm sorry for existing.
No, I say that too. Like, I was just walking and they just bumped into
Yeah,
me.
I shouldn't have been born. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for existing.
Oh my god. Alright, that's nice one. That's nice one. Sorry for existing. The wording is
Yeah, how do you say that in Japanese?
生まれてきてすみません。
Have to start saying that one now.
Yeah.
生まれてきてすみません。I'm gonna tell you the Japanese joke, so you're gonna make it okay. Put it on your cheek, say takoyaki.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's like the ball.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's do it again. We didn't pronounce it well.
1, 2, 3.
Takoyaki.
Thank you so much.
ありがとうござい
ありがとうございま
ま。
したた。
Arigato.
はい、ということでどうでしたでしょうか。今後もですね、こういった動画をたくさん作っていきたいなと思いますので、皆さんぜひ、高評価とチャンネル登録、そしてこういうこと聞いてほしいなとかリクエストございましたら、ぜひコメントの方にお願いいたします。はい、それでは次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイバイ。